Hey everybody, this is a Pioneer video. I'm not playing a league this time. The deck submission for PT Phoenix is 2 days out at this point. It's Monday and deck lists are due on Wednesday. Sperling and I are doing some targeted testing. I'm on Dimir Inverter. That's the obvious best deck. He, I believe, is playing Mono White Devotion, which is his current pet deck, and he's made some innovations that make it better than the stock list going into Nagoya and Brussels. And I really like his mono white deck. I kind of hope that I just get smashed here so we can play that deck instead. But if you can't beat Inverter, you're not playing Pioneer right now. So we're going to jam this matchup for a couple matches and see how it goes. Alright, I got that cleaned up easy with the Fatal Push. Rewarded with this Opt right away. I'm not totally convinced I care about Daxos, though. Like, I could just Thassa's Oracle for the blocks, save my push for a Ballista, make sure I don't get comboed out. I do want this Drowned Catacombs. Yeah, so Daxos can supercharge a Ballista if you already have Heliod out. Like, this lets you cheat a turn on mana, because you gain a life when a creature comes into play. If you have Heliod, you put a counter on a creature when you gain life. So the result is a Ballista with 2 counters for just 2 mana, which is a pretty good deal where I'm from. Alright, so I'm gonna push Daxos now. That will cut him off going Nykthos and actually getting mana. 4 is the magic number of Devotion, where you start actually netting mana off of Nykthos. Bummer. Punished by the legend rule. A second inverter. I don't think I'm gonna need that. Alright, another Fatal Push, that's nice. So I'm going to get Island and start Jacing. I already have the inverter in my hand, so I don't want to make my graveyard any bigger. So I can just win next turn if he doesn't do something about this Jace. Like, I just invert, I have a 3-card deck, mill 2, draw 1, GG. Alright, if he has a removal spell, then Jace is dead. I didn't have it. So I'm gonna block Daxos so Oracle doesn't go to my graveyard. Oh, Ballista for 2 will clean me up here. Alright. Kinda punished, I guess, but also mostly fine. That taxes his combo at the very least. Alright, now we can clear the way for good. Alright, planes in hand. So I'm gonna hold up Drown in the Lock and Fatal Push, and I can cycle my land on top of that. I'm just gonna block Daxos. I can take 3 to make sure that nothing happens. Like, if I Fatal Push this to save 3 damage when I'm at 18, and then they like jam Heliod, and I can't drown it, then that's pretty embarrassing stuff. Alright, I will push this knight now, though. That'll take the pressure off almost entirely. Yeah, so he has 5 cards in his graveyard, which makes Drown in the Loch a hard counter against his deck. Like, Augury Owl is the most expensive card he has. I'm not even sure if this card is good against me, but it's certainly a good mana sink when you're basically hellbent. So I could just invert my deck right now. There's a Jace in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's also just 8 cards, and he's dead in 6 swings to this inverter. Alright, let's just flip it. Augury Owl is a good one. It's one of the very few 2-for-1s in this deck. Alright, so Fatal Push keeps me from randomly dying to Ballista. If I attack, then he can give Owl lifelink. Yeah, I'm not interested in that. Heliod with the Daxos engine online. Right, making Daxos big. Alright, this block is still free. His life total doesn't matter. And he's going to give it lifelink, gain some life. I'm saving this push to make sure I don't just die. You know, I also could have blocked with Oracle, put Oracle in the graveyard, invert again, and make sure I win next turn. Like, set up a 2-turn win instead of this prolonged situation. If he attacks with Daxos again, I think I'm going to make that play. Right, I'm going to push the Owl. That doesn't make any sense. Alright, I'm just going to make these obvious blocks. I can push the Owl end step. I just don't want to die to Ballista. Really not interested in that. Alright, he said he'll scoop to drown. It wasn't drown, it was push. Oh, I guess the Fabled Passage plus push messes up my whole plan. Alright, I just played bad and got punished. Alright, so this inverter can block Daxos one more turn for free. Alright, so there's Knight. Hopefully it goes to put the counter on Daxos, and I can push that. Alright, we need to fade Ballista for some number of draw steps. Cycle this as a rebuy. Alright, and he scooped to the drown. Alright, so yeah, he was just looking for Ballista. He had 8 cards in graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, couldn't quite get there. Alright, so against this deck, what am I trying to do? Noxious Grasp kills any creature in his deck. Here's Downfall is pretty good. He's going to have a bunch of Gideons and stuff. I have the benefit of knowing what his deck list is, so I'm slightly cheating. But I know that he's going to bring in up to 4 Gideon of the Trials, if his list is what I saw last night. Maybe I want Nightmare Weaver. Thief of Sanity is pretty good too. I'm not. This is kind of weird because I'm like heavily pre-boarded. Cast down. I like my spot removal. I am going to need some alternate win cons or ways to pressure the Gideons. This curve's pretty low. Sensor's not great. Fatal Push is good. Thoughtseize is good. I don't think I need the erasures also. So that gets me down to 60, and I only brought an Ashiok. That's not a real alternate win con. I think he's going to go up to 4 dig through times. Or up to 4 rest in peace for my dig through times. So I need a side plan there. Pack Rat's pretty decent, though his deck's very good at gaining life. I think I like Pack Rat better than Thief of Sanity, because these white decks are all full of like stasis snares and baffling ends and stuff. It's weird presenting a deck with 2 digs, but I mean, it is what it is. When you expect their sideboard plan and react to it accordingly. Ugh. 24 lands left in my deck. I have I Thoughtseize Pack Rat if everything else fails. And I can opt if I don't find a land. I'm going to keep this. It might be bad. This is one of those like London Mulligan, just ship it hands, I think. But I could get rewarded. Alright. Second Fetid Pools is not the like blistering start I was hoping for, but I hit my land drop. And now I can Thoughtseize plus opt and stuff. I'm gonna seize now, try to get ahead of this Heliod. Ooh, multiple Gideons. Gideon of the Trials is the one I'm most worried about. So he is missing land drops, and he has this double Knight of the White Orchid hand. Alright, notice he didn't hold out for value. He's smart and just hitting his land drops, and he's going to get there anyway because he has this second Knight. So I could just start trying to rat him. Though I have so much of the combo just right here. I think I'm going to opt and then play Thassa's Oracle. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for lands. Right, there's one. Alright, so you can play the other Knight, get a Plains. I'll block the first Knight with Oracle. And then with Oracle in my graveyard, I can invert Fearlessly on my turn. because that'll give me another win condition shuffled into my deck, and I have this Jace Oracle that he has to get through. Oh, he just ripped another Gideon. Okay. That makes this a little tougher. Yeah, that actually makes this super lame. I can at least get a damage on it here. I don't think he's going to throw his Walking Ballista, especially when he knows Pack Rat is a plan I could have. Alright, so I can throw away this Jace. I should have thought about that a little more. I think I could have saved Jace. Yeah, I could have saved this Jace if I didn't attack. Alright, Drown in the Lock. That goes well with my opponent's freshly milled graveyard. Yeah, that's a cool trick in this deck. You can Knight for Idyllic range and put a counter on your Ballista. Okay, so Jace was gonna die whether I attacked with Ballista or not. Makes me feel a little better, but I mean, it was still a suboptimal play. There's no way around that. So I'm in the market for a Hero's Downfall. So I can... He's gonna cast other Gideon next turn. I think I just have to pass here. Like, none of this is going well. Yeah, finding that replacement getting into the trials to stop me from comboing was just everything. Like, I saw his hand on turn 2 and he didn't have a Gideon of the Trials or a third land, and on turn 4 he had third land Gideon of the Trials. So it went well, but that's why you play 4 of them. Maybe I should have drowned Ballista before blocks. Now he can pick off my... Or I'll drown Ballista and then try to go Pack Rats, I guess. And it's too late to try to do anything. Like this, I'm at 5 here, or 6. And dead. Alright. Yeah, I definitely should have drowned Ballista before damage, or before blocks. Alright, so Gideon was gross there. I think I might need to go even wider on the alternate win cons than I really want to. And I can shave on an Oracle, because if he's got all these alternate win conditions, then Oracle doesn't do anything. I'll bring in this Cry. Like, Cry is... It kills Knights, Thraben Inspectors, and small Ballistas, I guess, but that's about it. Maybe I don't want Cry. Though if he's on this Gideon plan, maybe Censor is better than I gave it credit for, especially on the plate. Or I have these Supreme Wills, so I'll go 1 Censor, 2 Supreme Will. Yeah, this is a keeper. I'm gonna opt on turn 1, shock in a watery grave, and then opt. Well, on his end step anyway. I want to try to just cheese with Pack Rat here. Getting a few rats down before Gideon shows up could be a big deal. He's in the tank about his mulligan over there. Alright, so I'll take my 2. Yeah, I want that. So I'll run out Pack Rat. He could Ballista for 1 or have like Baffling End, but that's about all he can do about it in his colors in his deck. Alright, had the Ballista. That's fine. Didn't want to make a move on that. I'll discard Sensor. Alright, so he has a different plan. He might be trying to turbo Heliod. If that's the case, this Fatal Push is going to bust this game open. If I draw a land here, and I can push and continue ratting, that's going to be nuts. Nice. So I'm just going to hold up Supreme Will. Like, I don't need to push for 2 extra damage if it means I could die. Like, if he has Ballista and the Grange, Idyllic Range, I could lose. I didn't have Idyllic Range. So now we're in a spot where if he does nothing, I make a rat, and if he does anything, I Supreme Will it. Or anything I care about. If he just has like Daxos, Knight of the White Orchid, I'll just have bigger creatures. Ballista for 2. Yeah, Ballista is a card I want to counter. Let's hope he doesn't have 3 Ballistas. So I think I want to get Jace on board here. Maybe attacking with both was bad, because if he can turn on Heliod, like if he has Owl, I lose my Jace. Yeah, that was a rough attack. Well, apparently just has nothing at all. Okay, I have Dig Through Time in hand, so I'm gonna mill myself now. Oh no, I lost 2 of my outs to Gideon. Alright, so I'm gonna opt first, because that's free to do, because it'll pay for itself with the dig. I want to leave something in my hand, or in my graveyard, in case I invert to kill a Gideon. Like, there could be a line where I invert and remove Gideon from play. He has 3 lands. Okay, Jace doesn't die anymore, so I can attack with Reckless Abandon. And he is dead on board. So it's Ballista or bust. Alright, Gideon. That buys him a turn. It actually doesn't. Or yes, it does, because I can't split the attacks, right? Alright, so let's get some extra cards here, and then... Alright, so I'll kill Gideon. And can he win through Fatal Push? Alright, we got that one. I think the idyllic range could have forced some action through Fatal Push. Alright, so I'll add to my notes here. Alright. This hand is fine. It's pretty good at filling its graveyard. I have a sensor to make sure I don't just die real quick. I'm gonna save the Fatal Passage. So I can hold up sensor before that. Like, I really want sensor up on turn 3. So maybe I should have started with the Fabled Passage. Now I don't think it matters. And now that I have a 3rd land that can get me to my 4th land, just mono blue. So now he has to think, am I holding up Supreme Will or Sensor? Like, he could play a 2-drop. A Knight of the White Orchid would jump him out in front of Sensor for the rest of the game, and then I just cycle it if that's the case. Alright, sweet. That's what we were looking for. Best possible outcome for that card. Fatal Push keeps us alive longer, puts a card in the graveyard. Alright, so I need a 2nd black mana and a payoff for this Inverter of Truth to win the game. If he jams Gideon right now, I'm in lots of trouble. Meanwhile, Thraben Inspector continues to go to town. Yeah, that one's in. Alright, I found the 2nd black. I can dig on his end step now. Fabled Pass. I have 5 mana plus 3 cards in graveyard with the Fabled Passage. I can even push and dig, because push pays for itself. 1 drops plus delve are a good combo. And I'm untapping into 6 mana here, so I could just like... Alright, so if he has the idyllic range, I just Fatal Push. Yeah, this tech is sweet. When Heliod was spoiled, we were talking about Radiant Fountain in this spot, but Idyllic Range is just a way better Magic card. It's coherent with your backup plan of attacking with creatures. Knight of the White Orchid. All right. Okay, so I could just win right now if I find Thassa's Oracle off this dig. Because my deck will be empty. Lame. All right, I found an Opt. Thoughtseize. I think I want Opt Thoughtseize off of this dig. What I really want to do is just rip Thassa's Oracle off the top. All right, whack. All right, let's see what he's got. I did have another Ballista. All right, I'll put Supreme Will on top because that can also dig for... All right, let's do this math here. If he plays Owl, then Heliod is 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, Jesus, just rip Ballista. Is that all 4? Are we done with this yet? No, that's 3. Okay, so the beats are coming. Now my graveyard is just stacked again. So Oracle's not good enough. I am just dead though. Trips Inverter in hand. Can't actually win. Yeah, so I'm just dead on board. There's nothing to invert. Like, I'm not winning a race, and nothing in my graveyard can win. Alright, so I liked Pack Rat last time, and things that take pressure off or kill Gideon are big deals. So I didn't like the Thought Erasures. I shaved on Oracle and Censor. That's what I did last time. Does Ashiok make any sense? Like, if I'm under Rest in Peace and Gideon of the Trials, I might have to become a White Weenie deck. So, I don't know if this is a reasonable thing, but I'm going to try it here. Also, if I'm expecting Rest in Peace, I should probably cut Drown in the Lock. That makes sense in my brain. I mean, Drown is phenomenal. Like, against a White Weenie deck with a combo finish, a split removal counterspell is all you ever want. But if they have Rest in Peace, then you just have blank cardboard. And I can't remove a Rest in Peace once it's there. Yeah, this is a reasonable hand of spells. Yeah, that Inspector last game actually just was played on turn 1 and attacked for lethal on turn whatever that was, 7, 8. I drew a card along the way. What an insane Magic card. Alright, I have one of those, and he doesn't have any discard spells. Alright, I'm gonna play the Drowned Catacombs to bluff Censor. I've gotten him pretty good with Censor in this match so far, so I'm gonna just keep showing it. Alright, rip. Glad I cut that Drown in the lock. We have our first Rest in Peace game. Alright, so he's got 6 cards in hand. I want to know what they are. Double Gideon of the Trials. Fuck my entire life. That's what I was worried about. I'll take one of them. I'm going to shock in Watery Grave. Shocking it in lets me... Oh, he didn't have a land. Okay. Alright, so now he's got infinite mana. But by shocking in Watery Grave, I bluffed Censor. Alright, Gideon... I just can't beat that card. So he has 3, 4 mana. Yeah, it sucks that Gideon exists, because I have the combo here, and with Rest in Peace... Alright. And with Rest in Peace, it means Jace is always lethal after Inverter. You just don't even have to worry about it. Alright, so I'm going to jam Jace, draw a card, and hope he doesn't have a third Gideon. Moment of truth. Alright, Daxos is not Gideon. Oh, he can make a gigantic pile of mana though. This is probably the Owl. Unless it's Gideon plus Knight. Alright, Owl. So we should be able to win here. Alright, yeah, that's the game. Okay. That's the danger of Rest in Peace. Like, it messes up my dig through times, but it also just makes Jace insta-lethal. Speaking of digs, I cut those last match, and I think that's still right. Maybe I do want Thief of Sanity. I definitely don't want Scarab God, and I think I do want Censor back, just like as many points of interaction on Gideon as possible. Maybe Mystical Dispute is better than Censor. But Mystical Dispute, like, against the white weenie deck, you don't... Like, if he doesn't have just, like, a bunch of Gideons, or if I'm not ahead and stable at a point where I can leave up 3 mana, and I don't know about that. I have the Hero's Downfall, I have some alternate win cons, Noxious Grasp, so, and a bunch of Thoughtseizes, so I'm gonna have to hope that those carry the day. Alright, we're in alternate win con central here. Let's just hope he keeps a... So, like, if he keeps a hand that's, like, Gideon and like Rest in Peace and some stuff, then this hand's going to be pretty good. If he keeps just like a turbo combo, like turn 4 Goldfish, then we're dead zos. I guess, yeah, his build does have a turn 4 potential with the idyllic range. Okay, I have enough lands that I want to start with Fabled Passage. Like this Fetid Pools is going to be better as a card later on. Okay. So Rest in Peace, check. Alright, let's just hope he doesn't jam something unbeatable this turn. I can start getting Thiefy or Ashiaki. Ooh. It's passing the turn. I think Ashiok is better than Thief. Because I get to start just ramming crap into play. This can get ballistaed. Ashiok cannot. Alright, we got an Owl. That's going to be a fun one to cast. Alright, Gideon's Intervention. So good thing we're on this alt win con plan. Because we're not going to be inverting, ever. So I can get Thief into play now and hope I don't lose. Or I can hold up Supreme Will. Like if I Thief, I also have Fatal Push up. Let's just keep eating creatures. Alright, we got a Knight of the White Orchid now. Alright, yeah, there's the Ballista for 2. That's why I led on Ashiok. Alright, he can kill my Thief, but Ashiok's still going to be around when the dust settles. So this is exactly the hand I described where having like the full pivot opener was better than if we had some combo pieces. Ooh, Jace. Just going to keep chonking his library. Alright, let's just keep this decking plan rolling. Multiple planeswalkers going after his deck points. Augury Owl. Alright, that's an extra deck point. Stasis Snare. That only targets creatures. We're good. Rats. Alright, so this is converted mana cost X. I'm not going to feed the Stasis Snare, so I'll just keep going after this deck. We have all of the owls that he doesn't have. Castle Lochthwain's going to be sweet someday. So Stasis Snare only gets the first rat. Yeah, just beating down Ashiok, that's fine. Ashiok has no fear. Stasis Snare lines up poorly against Pack Rat. It's also pretty lucky I just haven't drawn an inverter. Alright, so you can get rid of the original tokens coming in. 5, 6. I have way more lands. So I could make Arcanus Owl, could make Ballista, but I don't think I want to do any of that. Just want to keep decking him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can make 2 new rats and opt. Maybe I should just opt now. Because that doesn't affect the number of rats I can make. Alright, back up, rat up. This is a big spell. Alright, Daxos is a 2/11. This deck point. So I can't make enough rats. My planeswalkers are gonna get beat. But yeah, Supreme Will has been really good against the combo half of his deck. Now we can start beating down. So I can make another rat, or cycle fetid pools, or activate Castle Lochthwain. I don't think I'm in danger of getting comboed out. How many ballistas are accounted for? I think it's at least 3. No, it's... I can't tell on Magic Online if this Walking Ballista is also in the other exile pile. It probably is. I think he has 1 ballista left. So we could get me a 2-for-1 here if he has a removal spell for one of my rats, like Stasis Snare will kill whichever one he targets plus this one. Alright, yeah, there it is. That's fine though. I have a lot of lands. I'm drawing lots of extra cards. I got another Supreme Will. Actual pack rat. Alright, so I'm not going to attack anymore. I'm only protecting my planeswalkers. Let's take a look at this exile. What's even in here? Alright, so 1, 2 Gideon of the Trials. Oh wow, Gideon of the Trials emblem stops him from getting decked. Alright, so we're 2-0. That big pivot was nice. Alright, we're on the draw with a super disruptive hand. So I'll keep and hope that he's on the combo version and not the white weenie version. Mastery. Alright, let's figure out if this card's any good. I'm probably not really the matchup it's for, but it's not nothing. I'm gonna get Island with this because I plan on Thought Seizing, and that if I had drawn Opt, I would have been pretty happy to have. Uh, Pretty happy to have blue up, and I can cycle this sensor if I don't think I'm gonna need it. Maybe I should have taken Knight and then just played into censoring Arcanist Owl on the following turn. But trying to hold up counter magic against the deck that has Master the Unseen in play doesn't seem like a winning line. Alright, he's drawn one new card. So I can Supreme Will for Impulse mode. If he doesn't cast a spell I need to counter. All right, let's have a look. None of these are good, but I'll take Drown in the Lock. Alright, Drown just got better now that I have Fatal Push. Let's see what he's up to over there. It still just lands. If this Thought Erasure hits anything, oh, double Ballista. Okay, yeah, that'll feed the Drown. Don't need another land here. So he has Ballista Plains. I'm gonna play Oracle just to stymie these beats a little bit. Heroes D, yeah. So I'm now hedged against a Gideon. He can play the Ballista to finish off Oracle here if he wants. Probably should, like it's not really doing anything else. And it represents a lot of damage. Alright, so I'm gonna pop this. Then Opt. Bottom. Alright, we don't know what his card in hand is, but I'm not trying to mess with it. Like the chances that it's a land are just too good. I'll Fatal Push Knight now, and I have a bunch of removal spells if he tries to pump this Ballista. Or you just eat 4 of his mana. Heliod. That's a counterable offense. And he went Hellbent to do that. So now we gotta find our combo. We have stabilized, and we gotta find a way to win. Dig Through Time is pretty good at doing that. My graveyard is distressingly stacked. This isn't good at all. So you can attack for 4, like easily pick off Jace. So I'm gonna take Jace and Fatal Push. So I can push Ballista and maybe stick Jace next turn. That is, if he pumps the Ballista, it's probably just better on his mana to keep mastering the Unseen. Daxos is pretty good. Maybe I. All right, I should Hero's Downfall now, and then I can Jace plus push next turn. And I have to push first because the Ballista would just pick off the Jace. I'm also at 1 on board, so we're in the danger zone. If either of these manifested creatures have power and toughness, I'm dead. Alright, there's Inverter, so... Oh, I am dead. Okay. The idyllic range coming in hard. Alright, this should look familiar by now. I am hedging a little looser on the combo and hedging harder against Gideon. Maybe I should bring in Jace just as Merfolk looter. Like even if it survives the whole game, it's card selection. Alright, I'm gonna cut the third dig. Just because I am familiar with how many Rest in Pieces he plays, which might taint our testing a little bit, but at this point, like, I've played against him several times. I should imagine that some number of Rest in Peace are coming against me out of every white deck. So maybe this is just the plan, whether I know he has the full 4 or not. The counterspells have overperformed. I'm willing to believe I should have more of them in. I'm going to try this. He showed me Gideon's intervention, and Inverter of the Truth is really bad against Gideon of the Trials. So against all Gideon-related things. I want this cast down into. What have I been cutting for that? I think I cut one of the sensors for that, but I'm now of the opinion that that's not right. Alright, I'll just leave 2 inverters in the deck. Yeah, against like a super hateful like white prison deck, which is basically what he's doing over there. Maybe it's right to just have the alternate win cons as the main win cons, and then you can like combo sometimes if you're feeling frisky. 2 Rest in Peace, so I can't take any of those. I'll take the Gideon of the Trials. That's actually just the scariest card in the hand. Right, rip. So I'm a turn ahead of this Walking Ballista, and as far as I know, he doesn't have land number 3, much less land number 4. So let's try to steal some sanity. Alright, did have land number 3, backup rip. The backup Rest in Peace is pretty cool because it adds the devotion. Like normally it's just like a brick, but he's playing a deck that can actually use it. I'll take that Heliod, thank you. Alright, I think Mystical Disputing this Ballista will just send me miles ahead. I mean, this Heliod doesn't actually do anything. I'll never have devotion to white, and I can't pay white to give. Or I can gain life. I have 1 means of gaining life. I can make this a 3/3 one time. Oh, that's exciting. I'm so stoked to do this. Vetted pools, definitely performing well. Most of the stock lists I saw had 2. I'm playing 3 because it's just so good. Like having a land or a card as needed. I'm literally just defining the pros of cycling. I don't think I want to fight over this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So give him 4, 5 mana next turn. No, I just don't care about that. He's probably going to name Inverter, or it. I think Jace might even be a better name, but Inverter stops the combo. Oh, that makes sense. There is hidden text on this card. All right, I've punted. I should have countered that. All right, so that's kind of interesting though. Like now we're playing the game as if I didn't have a counter. So if he has to commit an intervention to stopping Thief from beating him down, now my combo is back online. Really interesting push and pull here. All right, I'm going to take a gamble here. I could save this Fatal Push for Walking Ballista. That's going to be huge. But by pushing this, it gets plus 1 power and toughness smaller. It might be dangerous to play Heliod because if he can stasis snare it, then kill his own stasis snare, he can have his Heliod. Okay, he's been holding this ballista too long. Time to shred it. All right, there's the knight. Mastery the unseen. Crap, that's too big. All right, so I'm probably gonna die to mastery here. Though I should be able to blow him out in combat by blocking the manifest and grasping the knight, thus making Thief a 3/3. Shit, now we're in trouble. See if he names Inverter. All right, he did name Inverter. We're doing it, team. I'm so happy that happened. That was fucking sick. Uh, oh yeah, yeah. Alright, yeah, so Gideon's intervention stops damage to you and permanents you control. So Thief of Sanity should not have eaten that thing. It should have just bounced off it. But Matt is right in saying that he is going to crush or get crushed here. We're officially in weird mode. Hardcast Dig Through Time. Alright, Jason Packrat. Those are basically the best cards I could have. Though he can make so many freaking manifests. Alright, that was a great draw. Now I can actually start ratting. Yeah, so now Matt, he's actually just going off with Mastery. Yeah, so like I'm gonna make this block here. And unfortunately it'll trade when it should just bounce off, so like in real life it would look a little different, but I would still make that block in real life. Mystical Dispute's very dead at this point. Hero's Downfall's pretty good. That can stop future Gideons at least. Oracle digs me another 7 cards. Maybe I should be milling myself with Jace. Alright, new plan. Alright, he's not quite at 3 creatures a turn yet. And Packrat is about to outgrow them. So he should have 2 more manifests than he actually does. Yeah, can't attack into Packrat anyway. Sensor's dead. Hope I don't need this second Jace. I don't know. I'm not sure who I'm supposed to be milling. And if he's also manifesting cards off the top of his deck, like maybe it is just him. I should have cycled that Fetid Pools. There's no reason to leave it in my hand like that. Maybe my rat should be attacking. That didn't even occur to me. I'm just protecting this Jace. Yeah, if I just start turning these jerks sideways. I think I need a lot more jerks first. That's trouble. Oh, now every time I block a manifest, Daxos will. Oh no, Daxos will not trigger on death, only on arrival, because he has Rest in Peace in play. Ooh. No, that doesn't matter. Every card is a rat. There are no cards, only rats. That's definitely a rat. I'm gonna bottom that. I'll save it for later. I'd rather discard a different card. Ooh. Or just go to Castletown. Jeez. Oh, every time he manifests. Okay, so when they when they arrive on manifest, he's gonna get Daxos triggers. When the manifested creatures die, they will not get triggers. And if he draws Ballista off the top, I'm dead. Though I feel like I've worked through several already. I've worked through 2 already. And if they're manifested, oh, okay, so if one of these face down creatures is a walking ballista, he can turn it face up and kill me. Alright. GG. Yeah, I figured that out same time he did. Well, I'm sure he knew that all along, but I figured it out just in time to not be surprised by it. Hey, so we just played 3 matches. We had a little chat here in Facebook chat. I talked about how I brought in the extra counterspell. Confirmed that, yeah, that was kind of good. He was boarding out Mastery in the first 2 matches, and then just won with it in the last one. So we're not sure where Master the Unseen fits into this matchup yet, but he's messing around with it. And the PTs have, or the PT has open deck lists, so it's not a big deal that I know his list and I'm boarding really aggressively based on exactly what he has, because I'll know that at the PT also. This hand's going to need some help, but I mean, this deck is pretty good at shredding through itself. Oh, that was perfect. Opt. I'm really looking for lands. Motobug. Rewarded. Alright, thought seizing an opponent who mulled to 5 already is a big game. Ugh. I have to take the Rest in Peace here because my hand has 2 digs in it, and I'm kind of all in there. Alright. We're not dead yet. Still a chance. Bummer. Alright, so he gets to Owl next turn. Alright, I'm gonna push this right now. Like, filling up my graveyard, getting these digs online is a priority. That was literally the perfect draw. I needed both a land and a card to go into my graveyard, and Fabled Passage does both. Get you a land who does both. Alright, he's got Heliod Nykthos in hand. Turn 4, dig through time. Ugh, none of these are win the game cards. Thought Erasure is pretty good though. Thoughtseize is better. Maybe I just take Thoughtseize Supreme Will. That should cover most of my bases. Though he has Owl plus Nykthos right now, so he's gonna have a lot of mana. But Supreme Will digs for a win condition also, so I will take that. So we know there's a Thoughtseize or at least a Heliod in hand. Alright, so he had the whole combo over there. I think I am more worried about Heliod on its own than I am about Ballista. If he goes for a big Ballista, I can Supreme Will it. Does Nykthos make an even number of mana? So 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. Okay, I will not be able to censor Ballista this turn, no matter how crazy he goes with it. But he's bringing the beats. Can't censor and Supreme Will this thing. Alright, so if he finds Heliod, he has 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. That's enough to go off from nothing. Daxos. Alright, so I think I'm just going to try to Supreme Will for a win condition here. Jeez, alright. Get this Fabled Passage, because that fuels a dig. If we can opt into a payoff. Nope, we cannot opt into a payoff. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're not quite dead on board. Ugh. Right, if I find Oracle, I can still win. Alright, so I found Oracle and Island. Or Drowned Catacombs, that's better than Island. Alright, so I have to pass the turn. I take 7 from combat. 6 is that. I think that land makes it Xaxes with Ballista. Yeah, 7, 10, 13, 14. Oh, no, he just had me super covered anyway. 3, 6, 7, 14. Yeah, dead. Alright, yeah. So, just a turn late on the combo there. Okay, so again, shaving on the combo pieces and graveyard cards. Thought Erasure, not great. Still like Thoughtseize. Love counter spells. Gonna cut an Inverter, knowing that he has Gideon's Intervention. I don't think I want to cut another Inverter for Mystical Dispute this time. Like, going down 1 is fine. Going down to 2 just seems like I'm not even a deck anymore. But knowing how many Rest in Pieces he has, I think I do want Jace. Alright, try this one. Nope. Unfortunate. That in was so close to great. I will keep this one. I think I bought him a land. Because the rest of this hand is pretty good at buying me time. And I play a lot more lands than I do combo pieces or removal spells. Alright, if he's got a ballista, let's force him to use it. And if he doesn't, let's draw a land. Alright, come on, land. Yes. Alright, so I can hold up Supreme Will, and if he doesn't will me, or he doesn't do anything I need to will, I can make a rat. So he has Stasis Snare now if he wants it. Alright, that would have been a reason to discard Grasp instead of Push. Alright, so if I attack and he has Stasis Snare, I lose all my rats. So I'm just not going to do that. Because Daxos would become a 2/4, and then the remaining rat would be a 1/1. Yeah, if I had kept Fatal Push instead of Noxious Grasp last turn, we would be just going completely ham bananas. Alright, I think it's safe to attack this time. Save that for future ballistas. I don't think there's any 1-mana plays I need to worry about here. Let's just drop this cast down, actually. Like, I was thinking I was going to discard Inverter, but if he just plays Gideon's Intervention naming Pack Rat right here, there it is, then I'm going to need a backup plan. So I've gotten through some stuff. Yeah, so now I need to find a payoff for the combo. I got the hard part. I'm in no danger of losing. So I'm going to Hero's Downfall this, because this is the less mana efficient version. LOL. You know, a bounce spell of any kind in the 75 might be worth having. Like if I could like Brazen Borrower this and then just crunch for 1,000,000. Oh, I might lose to Ballista here. Hero's Downfall doesn't hit does hit Ballista, and Noxious Grasp doesn't. So that's a thing I had not considered. Okay, so we are working around the bug here, the Gideon's Intervention bug, and I'm letting him grow his thing. This is not helpful. That probably is helpful, ultimately. Alright, so I'll take this one more time before I start blocking. Alright, looking for Thassa's Oracle. Alright, so I can start blocking this thing now, and the game will work correctly. Uh-oh, Heliod being awake is a problem. Alright, I'm gonna kill this thing. Guess I should have done that before damage saved a rat. Alright. I got a little impatient there. Yeah, so just lost that one straight up to Gideon's intervention. Alright, my hand's pretty disruptive. I have the whole combo in it. We're now 2-2. I don't think I need to Thoughtseize on turn 1. I can opt here. Like, he can't go off on turn 2. That happens much later. Nice. Now I get to disrupt him and be mana efficient. I don't think I've cast this card in any of the games we've played yet. No, I think I cast it once. Never mind. 5 matches in and it finally appeared. I'll take one of these ballistas, I guess. Castle Vantress, yes. That's another blue source. I am in the market for that because I have Jace and Inverter here. Like if I can get a third blue source before I invert, then I have double protection for it. All right. 3 planes and Knight of the White Orchid. All right, so he's got another threat. Dig through time. So I can, if I invert, I'm never casting this Jace. So it's Oracle or bust. Yeah, so he just commented that I have had very few turn 4 inverters in these game ones. And I wish I had another blue source to make this mega safe, but it's pretty safe anyway. I'm not really sure what I'm worried about. I guess Heliod off the top is a problem. I drew the Thoughtseize, so still just plains. If you can get Ballista up to 3, then I have to empty my deck all the way for Oracle. Okay, that doesn't matter. Okay, so I win this turn. Okay. In game 1, that was a pretty safe move to make. So I'll make all the same sideboard things I've been doing. I guess hope he doesn't draw Intervention. Though if Intervention is as good as it is, maybe I do want a 5th counterspell. Because I can't remove that thing once it's in play. Like, do I want to just go full Delver? Down to 2 inverters. Though I worry that if if I cut too much of my combo as response to his counterplay, then I just don't have a threatening deck anymore. I'm just like a shitty blue-black control deck. I'm going to save this Fetid Pools. It's likely that I'll have enough lands to just cycle it later, and I'll be happier with that outcome. Well, there's the Mastery. Do I respect it? Yes. Alright, so Fetid Pools will almost certainly Yeah, so Matt just suggested in the chat Elder Spell and Brazen Borrower. Elder Spell is a pretty sweet one. I am just going to play this Fetid Pools. If I don't have a graveyard, my plan just got more mana hungry. But Elder Spell is sick. If people are bringing in like Gideons to deal with it, oh, didn't I just cast Thoughtseize? Magic Online. All right, so hard mode activated. I don't want either of these. So that's a no. This is not Scry. It's just no. Yeah, Elbow would be pretty gross. Big fan. Indestructible. Prevent all damage. Yeah, so he gets to mush for 5 for the rest of the game, and he can jam his owl. Maybe I should have held up Supreme Will. I knew about the owl. I'm just gonna die to that thing. Alright, so I'll make a note about that. Cards to try to make room for. Alright, well, I have Owl answered anyway. But he has Heliod. Uh-huh. Yeah, he's just got the combo in hand, and I'm dead to his board. Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, this is probably a little too late. I also needed to hit a creature this turn so I could block, then make the creature, then block again, then plus, and maybe get like an every other turn kind of thing going. Still coming face. That makes sense. Gonna have to block at some point anyway, so it might as well be now. Alright, Fatal Push is not enough. Yep, really needed to hit a creature last turn off this Ashiok. But 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah, we're dead. Alright, game 3. Yeah, on the play, the counter spells are even better, and so are all the other things. I don't think my plan changes here. I'll keep this. I got a couple chances to hit my 3rd land on time here. Alright, got there. Rest in peace. Island. Opt. I don't think I want an Oracle. That doesn't do anything. Alright, so if this thief goes unmolested, and I can hold up dispute for Gideon's intervention on a future turn. Alright, yeah. I was gonna say, like, I hope this is just Heliod or something. Guess I should have attacked, because like if I steal a 1-drop, then I could have gotten ahead there. It's still an owl. And this is the extra counterspell. This is the 5th one. This would be a different card if I didn't board the way I did. So worth noting. Oh, that's actually a blue card. That's even better. That's so funny. All right, so if he has another owl, 3 of them are accounted for. 2 are in exile and 1's in the graveyard. But if he has owl right now, Heliod can smash Jace. All right, different Gideon. I have one of those too. Nice. Hero's Downfall is very good. Ballista, yeah. Alright, so I could play Ashiok and hold up Hero's Downfall. I think I like that. Just going hard after his deck points. I'm saving the Hero's Downfall until he activates the Gideon. And I guess I could have cost him 2 Devotion off Nykthos. So he has 1 more mana than he could have had if I did something different. Let's see if that 1 mana punishes me. Oh, just straight up emblem. Was that a misclick? Oh, okay, it was a missequence. Okay, he said the -1 is irrelevant. Oh, that's pretty good. Can I beat this? I think he's got me. Yeah, because alright, yeah. The not heroes, but if I did Hero's Downfall, he still has 4 mana. So I am dead. Yeah, I have 1 removal spell, but I need 2. Seems to be passing priority. Give me a chance to untap. Alright, let's see if I can get clever here. So if he pumps in response, I can clear this out. If he just tries to go off in response, then he wins. Oh wait, no. I do still have this. Because in response to removing the counter, I can zap it. Because it's the 1/1 is not counter based. Alright, glad I didn't concede. That was pretty nice. Take another one of those. Yeah, we're just blue-black controlled through that turn. He's going to rip another ballista, though, because he's... If our testing has shown me anything. Alright, mastery I can play through. Attacking Jace. You can give this lifelink, it'll grow in the future. So he can make 1, 2, 3, 4. He can make one creature. So if I block and deploy multiple things, I might be able to ultimate Jace. I'm not sure if that even does anything. No, that's fine. Take 4, Jace. Alright, so you may look at the card and cast it. Alright, so Gideon's Intervention. Taking that. Alright, let's count my mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or I can still put Knight of the White Orchid into play. Alright, so I have a blocker. And then I probably want to play some of these Gideons. I should have Emblem just to protect from the combo. I'll Intervention naming Ballista. Alright, that looks pretty good. So I have First Strike plus Ballista, which can ping down a 3/3. Oh no. Alright, so I'll just set up my combat damage here. Thief of Sanity, alright. The party's over. He's got 15 cards left in his deck. Devotion is now 5. So I'm not sure if it's better to Emblem or not Emblem. Like I could plus on Heliod and it doesn't deal damage anymore. I think that's better. Okay. Alright, so my deck's pretty good when it's his deck. Alright, so one more match for this session. See if we can pull ahead or if we end up 3-3. I have a lot of lands, so I'm gonna save that fetid pools to be. I guess that's a swamp for Lochthwain, but I play other swamps. Alright, turn 2 mastery. Let's see if that goes anywhere. Alright, it's game 1. This is now the plan. I want to hold up Sensor so I don't just get cheesed out by Heliod. Alright, didn't fall for it. Alright, so I'll cycle fetid pools here. Alright, so I can Supreme Will whatever he does this turn. Yeah, so I don't have Omen of the Sea in this build. Maybe I should have thought Erasured instead of holding up Supreme Will. That's probably just better. Yeah, so I'm just goldfishing here. There's going to be 2 cards in my deck. And I can even Thoughtseize Oracle next turn. I can Thoughtseize and Thought Erasure and Oracle next turn. Yeah, so here, yeah, this is like the Splinter Twin. Like if you're not doing something not so busted, you could just lose. Owl. Found Heliod. That's not going to matter. Should I stunt on him? I'll stunt on him a little bit. Heliod. Daxos. Graveyard. Bang. Didn't need all that, but that was pretty powerful. Alright, so now the hard part. If all my draws felt like that last game, I would lock this deck in for the PT immediately. It's a good chance I just play it anyway. Like the white deck Sperling is on. I have not had a ton of success in testing with it, but as we've seen, it certainly has the tools to just shut me down completely. Okay, what do I have too many of? I'm gonna leave in 3 inverters. I went down to 2 last time. Maybe Jace just sucks. It'll never be a planeswalker. Against all their rest in pieces. Nope. Yep. So I think I want to bottom Sensor since I have Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize is more reliable than Sensor by a lot. Alright, I don't care if I get Rest in Peace, so I can save my Thoughtseize for next turn. Try to clip a Gideon. Yeah, Omen of the Sea probably belongs in this deck somewhere. Alright, my hand is heavy black, but my deck is heavy blue, so I'm gonna play to what my hand is doing. Daxos Mastery. I think I have to let him have Mastery. Can't even cast this Owl. No, I'll take the Mastery. Alright, so if he does... Alright, so he found the rip. Yeah, if he had cast Daxos, I would have pushed it, but he didn't, so I get to opt instead. Looking for lands. That's a land. That's not a land, but I can Fatal Push multiple things. Alright, so I can push this, push this. I'll let these beats keep coming. I just want to keep Daxos down. Like, that provides a lot of devotion. Ballista for 1. Alright. Interested in picking that off too. So if I draw, I think I want to not pop Fabled Passage. So if I pop it, I can Oracle. If I don't pop it, I might be able to Jace. Alright, I'm going to swing for the fences. Alright, rewarded. Alright, so hopefully we can punish him with his own Rest in Peace here. Like next turn I just invert then win. Unless he has intervention right now. Alright, Owl, don't care. No, just a turn too late. Yeah, just straight up Splinter Twin. 4-2 run against a deck that was quote unquote built to beat this deck. So it's kind of the old affinity problem of like you build your deck full of shatters, and in this case, in full of like lock pieces, and you're still just losing to this robust blue-black control deck. Anyway, thanks for watching. That was a good test session. I learned a lot of things. Elder Spell is a great idea. I'm definitely going to put one of those in my deck. And this is back to being my front runner for the PT. So thanks for checking it out. Hope I end up doing well. By the time you see this, you'll know how it went. So bye. See you next time.